Chicago, Comiskey Park, August 1st, 1920, Sunday afternoon, temperature 95 degrees. 28,000 people crammed into ballpark designed for 20,000, every seat filled, and because stadium overflowing, 3,000 additional fans standing in foul territory, lined up along outfield walls, creating human barriers in territory that should be empty. Ground rules established before game. Ball hit into overflow crowd counts as automatic double. 2 bases maximum. Simple rule, clear rule. Rule that will be tested in way nobody expects. New York Yankees wearing road gray with dark pinstripes, Babe Ruth in left-handed batter's box. Number 3, the Sultan of SWAT. Already hit 29 home runs this season, first year with Yankees, creating sensation across America. Chicago White Sox wearing home white uniforms, clean, bright. This is August 1920. Black Sox scandal has not broken publicly yet, but whispers circulating about 1919 World Series. Grand jury investigation will begin next month. 8 players will be banned for life, including man currently playing left field, Joe Jackson, Shoeless Joe, career batting average .356, third highest ever. Man whose swing Babe Ruth studied and copied, 2 legends, 2 opposite trajectories. Ruth ascending toward immortality, Jackson descending toward disgrace. Both on same field, neither knowing what future holds. Game tied 0-0 through 3 innings. White Sox pitcher Eddie Cicotte dealing, future banned player, future disgraced athlete. But today, just excellent pitcher-keeping Yankees off balance. Ruth came to plate in second inning. Struck out. Cicotte threw him curveball that dropped off table. Ruth swung so hard he nearly corkscrewed into ground. Crowd laughed. Even Ruth smiled, embarrassed but amused. Baseball is game of failure. Even greatest hitters fail 7 times out of 10. Ruth returned to dugout, sat down, waited for next chance. That chance came 4th inning. Ruth led off, stepped into batter's box from right side, left-handed hitter, bat held high, legs spread wide, weight on back foot, signature stance, stance that launched 100 home runs, stance that made him legend. Cicotte wound up, delivered fastball middle of plate, mistake pitch, hittable pitch. Ruth's eyes tracked ball from release point to contact zone, his body uncoiled, hips rotated, arms extended, bat met ball with sound like cannon shot. Crack echoed across Comiskey Park, sharp, clean, pure contact. Ball launched high and deep. Trajectory toward left center field, headed for gap. Possibly headed for crowd, possibly headed for extra bases. Ruth started running toward first base, not sprinting, trotting, confident, watching ball, evaluating, calculating. In that era, hitters often paused to admire their work, no running full speed until determining ball's fate. Ruth expected double at minimum, maybe triple if ball reached overflow crowd, maybe inside park home run if ball bounced crazy direction. He was already thinking 2 bases, already planning to stand on second base, already preparing to score on next hit. But Joe Jackson was moving. Moment bat made contact, Jackson turned. Instinct, experience, skill, reading trajectory instantaneously, calculating landing point before ball reached apex. He was best outfielder of his generation, possessed combination of speed and instinct that separated good from great. His nickname, Shoeless, came from minor league game where blisters forced him to play in socks, but nickname was misleading. Jackson was anything but careless. Everything he did on baseball field was calculated, every movement purposeful, every decision instant but correct. He saw Ruth's hit leaving bat, saw trajectory, saw angle, knew immediately this was trouble. Ball headed toward overflow crowd in left field. Headed toward human barrier pressed against outfield wall. 3,000 people standing where grass should be empty, creating impossible situation. If ball landed in crowd, automatic double, ground rule. But if Jackson could catch it before ball touched crowd, before ball touched anything except his glove, that would be out. That would end inning. That would keep Yankees scoreless. Jackson turned and ran, full sprint, back toward wall, back toward crowd, not looking at ball, trusting instinct, trusting internal computer that calculated trajectories faster than conscious thought, his cleats digging into grass, his arms pumping, his body accelerating toward collision point. The overflow crowd saw him coming. 3,000 people pressed together, no room to move, no space to scatter. They could only watch. Watch as professional athletes sprinted toward them at full speed. Watch as desperation entered his eyes. Watch as he prepared to launch himself into human mass to make impossible catch. From home plate, Umpire Tom Connolly watched, veteran umpire, respected official, man who called thousands of games, but never saw anything like what was about to happen. From first base, umpire. Bill Nallin watched, also veteran, also experienced, both umpires tracking ball, tracking Jackson, trying to position themselves for correct call, trying to see what would happen when physics met determination. Jackson reached edge of overflow crowd, ball still descending, still 15 feet above ground, still catchable if Jackson could reach it, but crowd was solid wall, no gaps, no openings, no way through. Jackson did not slow down, did not hesitate, did not calculate consequences. He jumped, launched himself into crowd, arms extended overhead, glove reaching for ball, body horizontal, suspended in air, flying into mass of humanity, and then he disappeared, swallowed by crowd, consumed by bodies, vanished from sight. 28,000 people in stands gasped, collective intake of breath. What just happened? Where did Jackson go? Is he hurt? Did he catch ball? Nobody could see. Crowd too thick, too dense. Jackson completely hidden. From second base, where Ruth now stood, he could not see Jackson, could only see crowd rippling, moving, reacting to something happening within. Ruth looked toward umpires, waiting for signal, waiting for call. But umpires were frozen, staring at crowd, trying to see through bodies, trying to determine what happened. Yankees' dugout erupted, manager Miller Huggins rushing toward field, players shouting, "What happened? Did he catch it? Where's the ball?" White Sox players standing, watching, also confused, also uncertain. Eddie Cicotte on mound, hands on hips, waiting. 28,000 fans silent, moment suspended, everything frozen, and then crowd parted. 6 men emerged carrying Joe Jackson, literally carrying him, supporting his body, helping him out of human mass, Jackson's uniform dirty, his face flushed, his breathing heavy, but his right arm raised high, glove extended overhead, triumphant gesture, champion's pose. He walked toward Umpire Tom Connolly, crowd still parting around him, 6 helpers following, making sure he reached umpire safely. Jackson stopped in front of Connolly, looked him directly in eyes, and spoke. "I caught it." 3 words, simple statement, definitive claim. But something was wrong. Jackson's glove was empty, no baseball, no physical evidence, no proof of catch, just empty leather mitt held overhead. Connolly stared at glove, stared at Jackson, confusion crossing his face. "Where's the ball?" Jackson did not answer directly, instead gestured vaguely toward crowd. "Lost it when they grabbed me, but I caught it. I had it." Connolly looked toward crowd, looked toward other umpire Nallen, looked back at Jackson. Decision time, critical moment. Call that would determine outcome, change game, change history. From second base, Babe Ruth started yelling, "He didn't catch it! No ball! Show us the ball!" Miller Huggins sprinted toward umpire. Yankees players following, surrounding Connolly, all talking at once. "He has no ball. Where's the proof?" "Ground rule double. He didn't catch it." Jackson stood calmly, not arguing, not defending, just waiting, confident, certain. Connolly raised his right hand, made fist, pumped it downward. Out. The signal, the call, the decision. Joe Jackson caught the ball. Babe Ruth is out. Inning over. Yankees erupted. Huggins screaming, "That's impossible. He has no ball." Ruth storming toward umpire, face red, on veins bulging. "You didn't see it. Nobody saw it." Connolly remained calm, professional. "Jackson says he caught it. I'm taking his word." "His word? Where's the evidence?" "He caught it. Call stands. Play ball." Chaos. Complete chaos. Yankees surrounding umpire, all shouting, all protesting. White Sox players watching, not celebrating, not cheering, just watching. Knowing something strange happened. Knowing this was not normal catch. Knowing, but saying nothing. If you're enjoying these untold baseball stories and want more, I'd really appreciate your support. If you're watching on TV right now, please grab your phone and search for our channel to subscribe. It truly helps us bring you more of these incredible historical moments. And whether you're on TV or mobile, drop a comment below. Did Joe Jackson really catch that ball? Or did he pull off baseball's greatest con? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Miller Huggins filed official protest, demanded game be replayed, demanded Commissioner Ban Johnson investigate, demanded justice. His protest stated 2 grounds. First, ground rule clearly stated ball into crowd equals automatic double. Jackson went into crowd, therefore ground rule should apply. Second, ball never returned to play. After alleged catch, no baseball entered back into game. Different ball used, proving Jackson never actually caught original ball. These were valid arguments, logical arguments, arguments that should have convinced any reasonable person. But Connolly's call stood. Official ruling. Joe Jackson caught Babe Ruth's fly ball in 4th inning. Out recorded. Inning over. Game continued. Yankees players seething. Ruth particularly furious. This was personal now. Not just bad call, not just controversial ruling. This was his hit, his potential extra bases, his statistics, his legacy, stolen by player who claimed catch without evidence. Game resumed. Tension crackling. Every pitch charged with anger. Every play scrutinized. Yankees looking for revenge, looking for justice, looking to prove umpire wrong. But baseball is cruel game. Sometimes right team loses, sometimes wrong calls decide outcomes, sometimes justice delayed or denied. This was one of those days. White Sox won 3-0, complete game shutout by Eddie Cicotte. Yankees managed only 5 hits, never threatened after Jackson's alleged catch, never recovered from controversy, never got revenge. Ruth went 0 for 4, including the out on Jackson's phantom catch. Worst day of season. After game, something strange happened. Fan approached Yankees dugout, carrying baseball. "This is the ball Ruth hit. Found it in the crowd. Jackson never caught it." Fan handed ball to Yankees players, pointed to crowd. People in left field saw everything. Jackson never got near ball, landed in crowd, bounced away. Jackson fell backward, never made contact, but when 6 guys pulled him out, he claimed he caught it. Yankees players examined ball, Looked like game ball, correct marking, correct condition. But how to prove this was the ball? How to prove this was Ruth's hit? Impossible. Too late. Game over. Call made. History written. Miller Huggins took ball to Ban Johnson, American League president. Ultimate authority. This proves Jackson lied. This proves call was wrong. We demand justice. Johnson investigated, interviewed witnesses, read statements, examined evidence. His conclusion? Inconclusive. Some witnesses said Jackson caught ball, some said he did not, some said they could not see. Different angles, different perspectives, different truths. Johnson ruled, call stands, game result stands, no replay, no reversal. Yankees protest denied. Ruth's out remains official record. Jackson's catch remains official record. Truth remains buried, for now. But truth has way of emerging, even after decades, even after careers end, even after players become old men with nothing to lose. 1949, 29 years later. Joe Jackson is 61 years old, living in Greenville, South Carolina, running liquor store, banned from baseball since 1920. Black Sox scandal destroyed his career. Commissioner Landis expelled him for life. No Hall of Fame, no recognition, no redemption, just memories and bitterness. Sport Magazine sends reporter, wants interview, wants Jackson's side of Black Sox story, wants truth about 1919 World Series. Jackson agrees, opens up, talks about scandal, about payments, about pressure, about regret. Reporter asks about career, about great plays, about memorable moments. What about that catch against Babe Ruth in 1920? The one where you dove into crowd? Jackson pauses. Long silence, then speaks. Words that confirm what Yankees suspected all along. I didn't catch that ball. 3 words, simple confession, explosive revelation. I ran after it, dove into crowd, fell backward, never touched it. Arms were up, falling. Crowd grabbed me. 6 guys carried me out. When umpire asked if I caught it, I said yes. Why? Because I wanted out, wanted to help my team, wanted to beat Yankees, wanted to beat Ruth. So I lied. Told umpire I caught it. He believed me. Call stood. Did you feel guilty? At first, but then I thought, Ruth hits 50 home runs a year. He don't need that hit. 1 out won't hurt him. But White Sox needed that out. We were fighting for pennant. So I did what I had to do. Even though it was lie? Baseball is full of lies. Stolen signs, scuffed balls, corked bats. My lie was just another one. Except I did it in front of 28,000 people, and nobody caught me. Until now. Interview published October 1949. Creates minor stir. Some fans outraged. Jackson cheated. Should have been punished. Some fans amused. That's brilliant. That's gamesmanship. Most fans do not care. 1949 is different era. Different game. Different values. Babe Ruth died previous year, August 1948. Cancer took him. Died at 53. Too young. Too soon. Ruth never knew about Jackson's confession, never knew truth about phantom catch, never got validation, never got apology. Died believing he was robbed. Died believing umpire made terrible call. Died believing Jackson got away with greatest con in baseball history, which was exactly what happened. Miller Huggins, also dead by 1949, died 1929. Also never knew truth, never got vindication, never heard Jackson's confession. Yankees' protest from 1920 remained in files, marked denied, never revisited, never reversed. Even with Jackson's confession, official record unchanged. Baseball historians examined play decades later, studied newspaper accounts, read witness statements, analyzed evidence. Their conclusion: Jackson definitely did not catch ball. Call was wrong. Ruth should have been safe at second base. Yankees should have had runner in scoring position. Game might have turned out differently. History might have changed. But history cannot be rewritten, only understood better. What made Jackson's phantom catch so audacious? Not just the lie itself, but context surrounding it. This happened during Black Sox season. Same year Jackson and teammates would be accused of throwing World Series. Same year baseball's integrity would be questioned. Same year sport would need to prove honesty and fairness. And during that season, Jackson pulled off perfect con. Convinced umpire he made catch he never made. Convinced officials to accept claim without evidence. Convinced baseball world to record out that never happened. If he could do this in front of 28,000 witnesses, what else could he do? If he could lie so convincingly about simple catch, could he lie about throwing games? Could he deceive about accepting bribes? Could he perform dishonesty while appearing honest? These questions haunted Jackson after Black Sox scandal broke. People remembered phantom catch, remembered his willingness to deceive, remembered his comfort with lying, and they wondered if he lied about catch. Did he lie about World Series? Did he lie about everything? Jackson maintained innocence regarding Black Sox until death, claimed he took money but played to win, claimed he was victim not conspirator, claimed he deserved reinstatement. But phantom catch undermined his credibility, proved he was capable of deception, proved he would cheat to win, proved his word could not be trusted. Ironic that Jackson's greatest defensive play, the catch that ended Babe Ruth's potential extra bases, the play that helped White Sox win game, was complete fabrication, was perfect crime, was lie that stood for 29 years until Jackson himself confessed. More ironic that confession came after career already destroyed, after reputation already ruined, after legacy already tainted. What did Jackson have to lose by admitting truth? Nothing. Everything already lost. So he told truth, finally, giving Babe Ruth posthumous vindication, giving Miller Huggins posthumous satisfaction, giving baseball history one more strange chapter. August 1st, 1920, Comiskey Park, 95-degree heat, overflow crowd in left field, Babe Ruth hitting fly ball deep, Joe Jackson running, diving into human mass, disappearing, emerging without ball, claiming catch, umpire believing, Yankees protesting, call standing, White Sox winning, truth hiding for 29 years, until old man with nothing to lose confessed, admitted greatest con in baseball history, gave Babe Ruth his due even if Ruth could not hear it, even if acknowledgement came too late, even if official record remained unchanged. Joe Jackson's phantom catch remains in record books. Official statistics show Babe Ruth flew out to left fielder Joe Jackson, fourth inning, August 1st, 1920. But historians know truth. Ruth hit ball into crowd. Jackson never caught it. Umpire made wrong call. Yankees were robbed. And baseball's greatest natural hitter pulled off baseball's greatest deception. Not with bat, not with glove, with words. 3 simple words. I caught it. 3 words that changed game, changed inning, changed outcome. 3 words that stood unchallenged for 3 decades, until Joe Jackson told Sport magazine reporter the truth. I didn't catch that ball. Finally, truth. 29 years too late for Babe Ruth. 29 years too late for Miller Huggins. 29 years too late to change anything, but truth nonetheless. In baseball, where statistics are sacred and history is documented, truth matters. Even phantom truth, even confessed lies, even impossible catches that never happened. Day Joe Jackson caught ball he never touched. Day Babe Ruth was robbed by phantom glove. Day umpire believed lie. Day that lived in record books as legitimate out until old man's conscience demanded confession. According to Jackson's 1949 confession, he never actually caught this ball, but official statistics remain unchanged. Out stands. Truth known but record unaltered. That is baseball, where past cannot be corrected, only understood. Joe Jackson's phantom catch. Greatest defensive play that never happened. Greatest con that fooled everyone. Greatest lie that became official truth, until liar himself confessed. And even then, nothing changed, except our understanding, except our appreciation for audacity required to pull off perfect crime in front of 28,000 witnesses and keep secret for 29 years. Strange, complicated, dishonest legacy, but legacy nonetheless.